Hello, now we come to the second part of our lecture in Fluid Dynamics backward facing step in the ANSYS Workbench. Here you see your simulation task is finished, the analysis system has completed, and we see at every tool is a green tick on the right side. Now let's check if everything is okay. Let us edit the results by right-clicking on the results box. Now wait a second, the program CFX Post will open. CFX Post is like a graphic program where you can see the geometry of your simulation file and you can see the stream traces. And here, for example, you can see velocities at high velocities at the entry of your tunnel, and here in the downstream area of the backward facing step you see lower velocities because of the yellow and the green file. Here you have the legend where you see the velocities of the air in meters per second. I prefer a little bit different legend. I changed the legend from scientific to fixed. Go to apply, and then you can read the numbers a little bit better. Now the stream trace is a good method to show turbulence, to show fluid flow, but there are also other methods, and I insert a location called plane. You agree with it? You have to define the method and the plane in which your plane should be located. Here we have X, Y and Z directions. We choose the XY direction, go to apply, change the Z coordinate a bit, and now we have the location of this gray area in the middle of the box. You can switch off the stream traces, and now you can visualize the velocities also on the area of the plane. To do this, you go to color, change constant to variable, choose your physical constant like velocity and activate it. Always go to boundary details conservative to get a bit better view of the results. And now we have made our first weather forecast picture. Here at the entry we have high velocities, and then the velocity behind the step we have a small swirl, we have lower velocities, and at the exit of the backward facing step we have lower velocities. So the simulation is running, everything is fine, we had no error message, and let me tell you, if the first error message occurs it will be much more work and more difficult to do such a simulation. And one thing is wrong. Let's look at back at our exercise sheet here. You can see it. I scroll down and check the exercise, what we should do. Here we did this geometry, it worked, everything is fine, but the dimensions of the geometry are not right. If you remember, when we did the sketch we didn't choose the right dimensions for our geometry, we just did any dimensions. So, but no big problem, we don't have to do all the steps again, we just close our CFX Post program. Takes a while, it saves everything in the background, and if we're now back in the workbench we can also press save again to save all those results. This will also take some time. And now we want to define these dimensions from the sketch. To do this, we go back to Geometry, right click of the mouse. Don't do the double click, please. Just open the design modeler with right click, and please do not open Space Claim. That's the wrong program. If you open Space Claim, you cannot, you will destroy most of your data. Go to Edit Geometry, and it takes a while. Please let the computer work. Don't do too many clicks now. Just wait some seconds until the design modeler reopens again. Yeah, here it is. It always takes some time, some seconds, because it's a lot of data. Here we see our finished geometry. Looks pretty good. Check all the data. We have the inlet selections, we have the outlet selections, we have the extrude, that's the full body. You don't have to change this, just leave it. But behind this extrude is a kind of sketch. Here you see the sketch. And now we just want to change this sketch depending on our exercise sheet. We go to Sketch here. And now we see you can't change it because you're still in the modeling mode. Now I change to the folder Sketching. You see the plane, XY plane, and you see the sketch. Maybe I can suppress this so we can see a bit more of our sketch. Go to Sketching, and now I want to change the dimensions. So let's have a look for the first dimension. So first dimension, let's say we want to set this 76.2 centimeter dimension. So we go to Modify, Drag, and now we drag this here to the axis. And also can just drag this a bit, and then we drag this line here also to the middle. So that's fine. Everything looks good. And now we must define, go to Generate from time to time to see if your model is okay.